In this problem, we're told we have a function f of x and its graph is given below, and we have to read 4 separate things off the graph. So let's look at the first problem. It asked us to find f of 5. Well, what does that mean? Notice the 5 has replaced the x, so we know in this problem that x equals 5, so we have to go to the graph and find what happens when x equals 5. Here's my graph. So going over here, this is where x equals 5, right here. And then I go up, and here is my point on the graph. So let me mark that. And then all we have to do is read off the y value. So what is the y value when x equals 5? The y value is 4. The next problem, f of negative 4. So that means x equals negative 4. Figure out what the y value is. So if I look at my graph, let's go along to negative 4, and here is my point. So let me mark my point right there. So that's when x equals negative 4. And what is the y value? The y value is negative 2. Moving along, the next thing is to find the domain. Remember, the domain are the x values of the function. So if I look at my graph, it starts here and stops here. So is there a graph going out this way to where x is negative infinity? No. If I come in from the left, what is the first x value I come across? It's this value here, which is negative 7. Is there a point when x equals negative 7? Yes. So we put a square bracket on it to say it includes negative 7. Then my graph keeps going to the right. X values keep getting bigger, but it stops at this point here. And what's the coordinates of that point? X equals 8. And since there's a point where x equals 8, I put a square bracket on that. So my domain is negative 7 to 8, including both of the endpoints. Well, the last thing I have to do is find the range, and the range comes from the y values on the graph. So if I look at my graph, is there a graph all the way down here? No. As I come up from negative infinity, what is the first y value I come across on my graph? It's negative 4. And since there's a point at negative 4, I put a square bracket on it. Then my graph keeps going up and it stops here. And what's the y value here? 6. So here is my range, negative 4 to 6, including both of the endpoints.